that you would ask a victim would be if the person is male or female, right? And then maybe the color of their hair and also the length of their hair.
Yes.
And then if they had some outstanding facial features. Tell me a little bit more about that.
I would ask what would make them more identifiable rather than another suspect in a lineup. So if there's anything specific, then that's what you want to hear.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask you to do a sketch right now, if that's okay.
Okay.
Now, obviously not of me, and it shouldn't be anybody that you know or recognize. We'll do this just from your mind. Is that okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to close my eyes though while you do this. So I want you to take 20 or 30 minutes, and when you're finished, just let me know. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
What Melissa doesn't know is that my friend Rob is sitting in the interview room next door. He's the person that I'm hoping she'll eventually draw. Although I've influenced her to draw Rob, she is completely unaware of this.
Done.
Great. Okay, so Melissa, my eyes have been closed the whole time you've been drawing, correct?
Correct.
So if I could tell you some details about that drawing right now, how would that make you feel?
Pretty surprised, I suppose.
Right now, Melissa really believes I'm reading her mind.
I think you've drawn a male. Is that correct?
Yes. Correct.
Caucasian?
Correct.
Dark hair, probably brown?
Yes.
Long hair, parted in the middle?
Yeah.
A goatee?
Yes.
Also a mustache?
Yes.
And finally, I'm thinking probably a mole on his face.
Yeah.
Now have a look. Wow, I'm actually impressed because Melissa, believe it or not, this is a good friend of mine.
What?
I knew you wouldn't believe me until I introduced you to him. We've been in front of this door the whole time, Melissa, correct?
Yeah.
Melissa, meet Rob.
Oh my God.
How you doing?
That is really creepy. Wow.
Pretty good match.
I don't know why my hands are doing that. They're just shaking. I mean, he started describing the features, like even like the most minute ones that I just drew, and that was already a shock. And then all of a sudden, like this random person that is on my paper pops up. Like I don't know. That's just, it's really creepy. It's creepy. I don't know the secret.
How was Melissa able to know the person I was visualizing? Before we started the experiment, I subliminally triggered her using subtle visual clues.
If the person is male or female, right?
By giving a thumbs up with the same hand I gestured to represent male, I gave her the cue to draw a man. Stroking my chin subliminally told her I had a goatee in mind. Pointing at my face directed her to think of a mole or a freckle. I also gestured with my hands to indicate the length of his hair. Every action implanted a thought for her to pick up on subconsciously. Little did she know that she was sketching my friend Rob, who was sitting alone next door the whole time. Truth be told, sketch artists do this every day without even knowing it.
Hi, how are you? Can I interrupt you for a second there?
Sure.
I hope you're not too busy. My name's Keith. Can I try a little experiment with you?
Sure.
I'll need to get you to stand for a second, if that's okay. Now, I have a quick question for you. How many codes, including penal codes and radio codes, would you say there are? Are there hundreds or are there thousands?
Thousands.
Okay, thousands. And it is probably quite difficult to remember them all, correct?
Oh, sure.
Here's what I'd like you to do. In your mind, I want you to imagine right now that you're getting a call to a code. So I want you to think of a code, but an unusual code. Okay, something that you wouldn't normally think about. Can you do that for me?
Sure.
Okay, and I want you to imagine right now that you're being called to that incident. Imagine that code going through your brain right now and what you would feel like. Look at me. Okay, really imagine it. Okay, there's a real sense of danger here, but just not one person. Is there a lot of people involved in this?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I'm seeing something flying and coming down and hitting the ground with serious impact.
Yes.
Is it a plane crash?
Yes.
Okay, good. I want you to think of the code for that plane crash. And you'll be happy that there's no way I could know off the top of my head all these codes unless I'd actually memorize them, correct?
Correct.
Okay, what's the code?
903. Wow. That's amazing.